Damn it.
Hey, man, you know what it is that You Heard podcast, man? Out here making enemies and we didn't even know it. Hey, look, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what it is? Episode 51. Was it two? I said I didn't want to go into it with that space, but
Listen,
immediately
man, I ain't
jumped in.
saying, hey, man, whatever bushy top. No, it ain't bushy top. He got a hat on.
Yeah,
whatever.
it's ready at any moment, son.
Yeah.
At any moment,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Whatever propane Ben says today, man, just know I'm with it. I understand. I know what's going on. I fully support what he says, but I don't have that energy today, man. So I'm not saying nothing, but I fully support it, and I'm down. I agree with whatever he's saying, but I just don't. I'm just not with the energy today. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Your boy's just a little tired from painting the whole house, and I still got to do the soften and the fashion, man. But it's not a game out here, man. What's popping, Joe?
Ain't nothing, man. Y'all gonna get that. Y'all might get that work today. Y'all might get that work. I don't know.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, this one's gonna be something, man. Y'all make sure to smash the like button, man. Comments, reviews, 5 stars all day, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we talking today, man. We talking today, fam. We talking. Let's get into this intro.
Tight number.
Welcome to the You Heard podcast with your hosts, Ben and Joe. We're here to cover everything related to Miami Hurricanes football, including hot topics to pre- and post-game analysis.
All right, we'll talk about it at the end. We'll talk about it at the end.
No. Let's talk about this right now because you completely flipped it on me now. Yeah, I don't appreciate that. I'm saying,
I mean, what are we talking about, son?
I felt
keeping it a buck. You heard?
Hey, man, you know what I'm saying?
I'm tie my joint. I'm a bow tie. I'm a rabbit ear my joint. You know what I mean?
There you go.
I'm tie my joint. Just in case it gets rough.
In case it gets real hectic. Man, ready for anything. Hey, man, today we talking some Texas A&M brief overview. You know what I'm saying? Kind of what we will be early expectations of that game. Because it is the look ahead game for after Miami of Ohio, man. And
Absolutely.
we got some things we're gonna talk about. So we got some topics that you know what I'm saying Joe and I haven't discussed before the pod. We're gonna bring it up right on the show, man, and keep it a buck about it. But yeah, man. It's so hard, son. It's so hard. All right. Look, man. I've cooked with charcoal today. Stop disrespecting me. You know what I'm saying? Propane Ben is retired. So, son, like I cooked some wings, did some corn on the cob, did some zucchini, you know what I'm saying? Got some veggies on there. You know what I'm saying? Everything was delicious in between painting my whole house, man. So got it, man. I'm hooked, fam. I bought a Vortex thing on Amazon today to cook you know what I'm saying, for more charcoal shit so it's like this it's I don't know how to describe it's like a bowl, like a metal bowl, right? You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a funnel shaped and you put all the charcoal inside of it. After you do the chimney thing. No, fam. Hey, listen, son. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning. I'm trying new things out here, man.
Listen, we don't do no gadgets, man. There ain't no need for all that fancy stuff, man. You see what happens when you live on 20 acres? You know what I mean?
Right.
You see what happens when you live on 20 acres. You start getting pretty. You start getting pretty stuff for the charcoal. You know what I mean? Getting charcoal holders and all of that. And come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Listen,
put the charcoal in the joint and you put it in a pyramid shape and you light it up, man.
Yeah. Yeah. All that is true, but also I get upset with shit like this, and I try to figure out different ways to do it. First of all, I did the pyramid shit. Shout out to the pyramid. I put it, you know what I'm saying? I don't do no lighter fluid because that's for the weak. You know what I'm saying? I set the pyramid though on top of an olive oil soaked paper towel, light it on the corners, let it burn through. Yo, shout out to you too, man. Thank you. Because everybody talking shit on you know what I'm saying, on Twitter. Ain't nobody giving me no advice or tips. So you know what I'm saying? Like, cause we keeping it a buck.
Yo,
and we're
son,
like,
you
hey,
gotta figure it out like the rest of us, son. We done got burnt. We done got the wind blowing in our face, flames and out. Nah, you gotta figure it out, son. You gotta go through the same hardships.
You gotta figure out which way the wind's going. Figure which way the wind's going so you don't burn it out. Or, you know what I'm saying? To catch a good flight. Yo, it's catch the right wind stream and shit. Yo, man, this is wild. Man. Hey man, before we get into this like the in-depth, I'm saying plays and all this shit, what are your feelings going into A&M? Let's say Miami of Ohio's already over. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the score. What are you thinking? What are your thoughts and feelings going into the A&M game? People are saying that this is the must-win game. You know what I'm saying? Yada, yada.
Yeah, I feel the same way I felt last year, man. I don't know if people remember last year, but I don't – and listen, man, I don't – it's not really being disrespectful. It's just true to me. Like, I'm a college football fan. I watch all games from East to West Coast. Texas A&M has never been good to me. Like, they're okay. They're a middle of the road. They're a middle to bottom tier SEC team. They were a middle tier Big 12 team when they were in the Big 12. Like, they had a couple of good seasons when Johnny Manziel
was a monster. Yeah.
Yeah, when Johnny Manziel was there, and that's it. Like, they have talent just like us. They have 5-star talent. Like, their D-line is crazy. Their D-line is crazy, man. They have talent all over the field. Bobby Petrino's now the OC, you know, so maybe if anything, and we talked about this before we started recording, if anything, if there's anything for me to be a little bit concerned about, is that because, you know, it kind of takes away the responsibility of Jimbo. I don't know how much Jimbo was going to relinquish, but I would imagine
doesn't seem like the kind of guy. Yeah. Doesn't seem like the kind of guy that's like cool.
Yeah. He doesn't.
Seems like an asshole, right? Like if we keep
you know what I mean? Bobby Petrino is a beast at that. You know what I mean? So maybe, you know, they put their heads together and all their experience together and maybe it comes up. But I'm not scared of who that quarterback is at all. You know what I mean? Whoever it may be.
None of them. Yeah.
Their best running back left for the league.
Yeah. I changed.
Their O-line was suspect. Yeah, their O-line was suspect when healthy. Their O-line was suspect.
Yep.
So I think we should win. We should have won last year with an inept offense. We should have won. You know what I mean? Last year.
Yeah.
If our offense is
20-20, it was all day.
Yeah. Facts. If our offense is competent and 10, 20 points better, we're winning the game.
Yep.
That's how I feel.
Yeah. If our offense just has rhythm, right? Like just rhythm, just like, hey man, we know what the fuck we doing. Like if we just look serviceable, we should beat them. Because with Bobby Petrino, don't know if he's an older guy. You know what I'm saying? I had said the same shit about Kevin Steele when he was here. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you're ready to be in the villages, but you still think you're trying to work. You know what I'm saying? Like it might not be the move for you. So I don't know how well they're gonna get it. It feels like two old crotchety old men, you know what I'm saying, trying to run the same kind of offense, but be different, but still be kind of the same. Because I saw like Josh Pate clip where he was like they were beefing already just before spring game for the A&M spring game. So I think we should win. You know what I'm saying? Again, like defense has to be better, right? Is better with active DC, and offense, if it's just working towards something, you know what I'm saying? Like, because it's the second week of the season, you know, you don't know the rhythm yet. Like, if it's just a little bit improved and they know what to do inside the 10-yard line, I would, you know what I'm saying? I think it should be a good game, and it might be a springboard game. But there's that side of it where if the same thing happens again, I can see this fan base starting to have questions. Right? Like if a 19-17 game and we had more yards than them, but again we can't score. Right. Then you know what I'm saying? Then it gets dicey.
Yeah. And they have a game right before us too. You know, they play New Mexico. You know what I mean? So they got a little tune up, I guess you can call it. You know what I mean? I don't know how good New Mexico was last year.
They remind me of like a high-speed offense. Like a New Mexico. Is it New Mexico or New Mexico State?
Yeah. New Mexico was very trash last year, so it may be
okay. So that's good.
Yeah, it may be the same as us because I think Miami, like we discussed, Miami of Ohio is not terrible. They're not Bethune or
defense
New
is
Mexico.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? New Mexico was 2-10 last year, 0-8 in that conference.
Okay. Jesus, that's bad. That's really bad. Right. That's not a good I can't name the conference if we, you know what I'm saying, if we keep it all the way. Yeah. All right, man, let's bring in
go ahead, guys.
Yeah, no. Let's bring in our guy, man, you know what I'm saying? Mountain West? Oh, I can't name 3 other teams in the Mountain West
UNLV.
UNLV
in that conference.
Is that the Boise States? Is that the Boise
State
conference?
Yeah. Yep.
No, that's all I got. That was it. That's my reference. That's it. That's my reference point. All right, man. Let's bring in the third, man. What up, fam?
Hey, what's happening, fellas?
Hey.
I'm sorry I'm late. Indy 500 day.
I got to put a double duty out here. Oh, that's right. Is that where they just make left turns, or is that the?
That's an oval. Today is an oval race. So today is just a bunch of whipping around full speed situation.
Yeah.
How's it going, fellas? What we talking?
Ain't nothing, man. What's going down, man?
Another fun weekend of racing. We had to commit this weekend, so that was fun.
What you drinking? What you drinking, man? Let me see what you got, man. It better not be a red can. I don't want.
Nah, it's Coke. It's Coke.
What's in there?
It's Coke inside of here.
Man, I was hoping it was water, son.
Nah, there's a water. I always have both.
That water ain't been open.
Yeah.
Son, that shit is so
capped. This morning on lockdown.
That's all. That's all I want to see.
That's the water. Hold up, man. That was like 12 hours ago.
That's the thing we have not talked about on here. That it's a really big misconception. I drink a shit ton of water. Like I drink a lot. Like there's a case of water to my left right now.
We talked about that. But the heart explosion.
And you got to offset the coffee. You got to offset the coffee somehow. Y'all think I'm still kicking just off coffee? You gotta you know what I'm saying? You gotta balance that thing out.
I don't know, sir.
But it wasn't a misconception. You just never mentioned water when you were going down the list of things you drank. That's just a black.
It's the most boring. It's like the most boring thing.
But
ever.
you're saying it offsets the coffee. There's also the energy drinks. There's also the Coca-Cola. Yeah. There's also the Newports. Yeah. So
ain't nothing offsetting the Newports.
You might as well not drink no water.
Offsetting no bad boys. No. Hey, I drive the speed limit though. You see what I'm saying? Like I drive the speed limit.
Nah, that's not.
I drive the speed limit. You feel me?
What a Newport.
If I smoke crack, I ain't gonna be like, yo, at least I drink water, fam. You know what I mean?
So you gotta have more details about me. You can't just be like, oh, he drink Monsters and he smoked Newports. You gotta be like, hey, he be helping old ladies across the street. Like he drives the speed limit.
We're not talking.
I'm never late to work. Never late to work. If you ask anybody that work under me, they'll tell you I'm a fantastic supervisor.
Listen.
There's other things you can't.
No, we're not going to morality morality doesn't count when it comes to.
Okay, hold on. All right, so when we look at a prospect, right? We go, all right, this quarterback has on the field skills, right? He can he can make every throw. He's tough. But then you need the leadership, intangibles. The intangibles, shows up on time.
Right.
Drives the speed limit. That one is very important. Like, we keep overlooking that one.
But
like,
what if he does all that?
Shut down corner. You know, I'm honorable about my job. They gave me one job to do that day. I did it.
Here we go with the corner.
What if he does all of that? Yeah. Listen, what if he does all of that and sniffs cocaine at halftime?
Why? I'm saying you gotta then it's not a good offset. The ratio's off. The thing is, the ratio is off at that point. But see, I have enough balancing out this ratio. Like, if you shooting up, if you on the H horse, balancing that ratio.
Drinks water.
One monster, you know what I'm saying? Wow. Speed limit. 2 coffees, I showed up to work on time. You feel me?
That's terrible. That's awful.
Newports. I'm one of the most liked supervisors.
All right, so after when you smoke a Newport, text the group chat so I can ask you for $100. Every time you smoke a Newport, I'm gonna ask you for $100. Since you're good after you do something,
here's the thing.
For $100.
Since you're good at moral.
Here's the thing. I can get away with smoking Newports then after 9 because Joe is not awake. After 9, I'm gonna run it up. Joe gonna wake up and be like, "Why was there 87 text messages?" Because I ain't smoked one all day. I waited till Joe. I got an apparatus.
Right, so listen, we was talking about Texas A&M, man. We was talking about Texas A&M.
Oh, y'all skipped. Y'all decided not to talk about New Mexico.
No, Miami.
Yeah,
that was last week. We talked about the first game.
What have y'all gotten to with A&M yet so far?
Just the overview with Bobby Petrino coming in to kind of run the offense under Jimbo Fisher, how that's gonna mesh, and what to kind of expect going into the season. Obviously, it's early. You know what I'm saying, like, we don't have any tape on what this offense is gonna look like or what the new players are gonna look like. That'll be game 1, so we'll have to watch highlights of the New Mexico game.
But Petrino
kind of get information from them.
You know, Petrino is gonna run that pro style offense. Bobby? He's official.
Yeah. How old is Bobby
Petrino? I'm looking up their numbers.
Bobby Petrino and Jimbo's combined age has to be 160-ish. Yeah.
So last year they averaged 22.8 points a game.
Oh, we know. It was terrible, like ours.
Yeah.
They finished 5-7.
Yeah. And we should have won that game with like the terrible offense. Yeah.
You know, here's the thing though, is they're losing their most explosive and dynamic player, or they lost. Like, not losing. They lost.
We talked about it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So but much like us, you know, they've got, because I'm in Texas, I have a unique perspective on A&M. So A&M is one of those programs that feels like they've got everything you need on that resume to be a college football blue blood, but the natty. They've got the tradition. They've got, they've got the stadium. They've got the fans. They've got, well, when I say tradition, I mean when I say college football tradition, they've got
the chants,
the male cheerleaders, the chants, you know what I'm saying? Like, they have, if you're making a gumbo of a blue blood, they've got everything, that inspiring 12th man story. They have all of that except for winning. Like, that's the only thing.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, like
okay,
that.
Okay,
Right.
That's the blue blood, though.
Yeah. But that's the argument I'm making, is when you look at them on paper, you say, why haven't they then? They're in a hotbed in Texas when it comes to recruiting. When you grow up here, you either want to go to UT or A&M, period. Kids are not growing up wanting to go to Texas Tech. It's just not. It's not a real thing. Right. They're in a hotbed when it comes to recruiting. TCU, that's a bit more of a new thing, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. But for the most part, kids grow up here wanting to go to Texas, or they want to go to A&M, or because Oklahoma's so close, they want to go to OU. So they've got, they're in a hotbed. They've got money. I mean, anyone in Texas will tell you that A&M ain't hurting for money. Mm-hmm. They got the passion. Boosters love them. They've got that 12th man switch. So they've got they've got everything you'd want to make a gumbo, but then you go like to grab the key ingredient, like, hey man, like where the sausage? Like it's just the W's that they don't have.
Yeah, like I was saying that in the beginning, like there's no fear from Tech. Like over the last 20 years, Texas A&M has won 10 games one time. Like they've Texas A&M hasn't been traditionally good at all.
No,
even when they were in the Big 12, they weren't good. Like, so I don't understand
I'd say some of their, but like they had y'all remember like Gerard Johnson? He played quarterback for them.
Yeah.
Even Tannehill played quarterback for them, who started out as a receiver. I don't know if a lot of people remember that. Tannehill was actually a receiver. He was a decent receiver too. He wasn't bad.
He was
really good.
They're second fiddle to Texas here when it comes to recruiting. I mean, that's just, it is what it is. Like
Oklahoma recruits Texas better than Texas.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, everybody recruits Texas a little bit better than the core Texas schools right now. Look where everybody gets their quarterbacks from. Mm-hmm. You look at a guy like J.C. Evans who said, "I got to get out of Texas to get a bigger offer." Like because there's so many. Like and Florida is a melting pot, but it's a smaller melting pot, whereas Texas is a bigger melting pot. But I say all that to say, it's always one of those things that when you look at Texas A&M on paper, it's like, well, why don't they win more? You feel me? Like, like they're not hurting. When NIL came out, I was like, oh, they about to be in it for everybody. And if you notice, they be in it for recruits they got no business being in it for. And I'm gonna tell you why, because the money long here. You know what I mean? And not just that, you graduate with a degree from here. There's so many great opportunities you can have with these big businessmen here in Texas. So I figured that would be a team to take another step once we got some of this NIL stuff. I think moving to the SEC was a mistake. I know monetary-wise it's probably not, but I don't know, man. There's something about
they get swallowed up. They get swallowed up in Washington.
Yeah, man. I don't know. That's a whole nother can of worms with me. With everybody can't be in the SEC, bro. Like it can't turn into the Big South. Like it's getting absurd.
Yeah,
but they still have that Big 12 style. You know, they still have that. You know, our offense is our best defense kind of style. They still don't play an SEC style of football. They still play that Big 12. Maybe, you know, Petrino will probably help with that because he runs a little bit more of a pro style. So maybe he'll help with that because they still have that, like, living on a prayer, 48-45 is a good game for us, Big 12 kind of mindset. And you need hosses in the trenches in the SEC. You're not –
they don't have that.
You know what I'm saying? You're not airing it out 70 times a game and beating Bama. It's just not happening.
Joe, what are you gonna say?
So looking ahead to this game, and we're not going, you know, super break it down. We'll start super breaking it down as we move into August or whatever. What are your early expectations for the game? Just early on, just where we're at now.
For me,
like what
I want to see. Yeah. For me, I want to see cohesion by this point in the season. Just a little bit more offensive cohesion. I feel like that's going to be the slowest thing for us. The offense will probably look start and stoppy at first because there's still some puzzles that are, you know, Tyler Harrell just got here. Shamar Kirk just got here. You know, a Jay Allen just got
Christopher
here.
Johnson just got there.
You know, Christopher Johnson just got here. Fletcher just got here. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's you look at somebody like Zion Nelson's just coming off injury. So I feel like the offense may be a little start and stoppy at the beginning of the year. But as weeks progress, I want to see more control. I want to see longer drives. I want to see the offense looking like it has rhythm to it. A lot of times last year, our offense just lacked rhythm. Like, it just felt like the quarterbacks never really got going. I'd like to see rhythm. And honestly, I think our defense should carry a lot of the burden earlier in the season. I feel like we got some hosses up front. I want to see us have a more aggressive defense at the beginning of the season. While the offense is still catching their feet, I'd like to see our defense kind of, I guess, be the backbone of this team. What do y'all think? As far as early in the season goes, like,
did you see what Amon Moten tweeted out yesterday?
About his defensive line?
Yeah, about his defensive line. It was what were the years? Was it 87, 2001, and us?
I tell you right now because I follow him.
Yeah.
And that's to me, that's what we need a little bit this year. Like we need the defense maybe to hold us down a little bit at the beginning, while the offense.
You know what we need this year is energy.
He said 1986, 2001, and 2017.
Yeah, and us, right? And we he's a hashtag we next.
Yeah,
that's you putting yourself up there with them. Like I like that. I like that self pressure.
I like the mindset. Like I like the mindset of a defensive line to go like, okay, we'll lead we're gonna lead the charge. And I'm sure they hear everything and read everything when people saying we don't have enough depth there. You know, like people be thinking these guys don't see that stuff. They do, and that's they wear that on their shoulder. That I would like to see that. Like personally, I want to see the defensive line, the front seven, be the catalyst for the team early on. Because then the secondary eats. That's more offensive possessions. You know, a good front seven, man. It just feeds the rest of the other three phases.
Yeah. What was the question?
And naturally, the defense is supposed to be ahead of the offense early. You know, that's just
usually
what happens. Yeah, that should usually happen. But yeah, I think that will be the case early on, definitely. While the offense gets going, it's going to take a couple weeks for the offense to get going, I think. But yeah, I think definitely the defense will be the catalyst, as you said. Yep.
Can I ask y'all a question about some of those early looks we're gonna see? Is there a barometer for you early? Like, is there a is it pressures? Is it sacks? Is it something that's in the back of your mind that'll ease you early from these first two games? You know how we all got those things we're worried about? Like, I hope we don't have this from last year. Is there that thing that you're going to see in the first two games that at least make you go, okay, this year's different? Like, this year's different moment. What do you think that would be for the first couple of games?
It's a good question.
Because you try not to carry baggage from the last season, but we've all played competitive sports.
It's
and
hard
you know how it feels when something happens and you go, fuck, not that like we gonna be weak around the edge again this year. Like, damn. So what's that one thing that's gonna make you go, okay, we moving forward?
So for me, everybody watches games differently, right? So I know I watch the game and then I rewatch it and I look for certain things, So last year, even when we played Bethune, who else did we play early? Whoever we play early, the bum schedule early.
Oh, I never.
Yeah.
You can watch it last year and see
Southern Miss.
We had issues. Who did we play?
Was it?
Yeah. Southern Miss.
Southern Miss.
That was Frank Gore Jr., right?
Yeah. Yeah. So you can see that we had issues early. We could see that, yes. So this year with Miami of Ohio, I need to see domination. I need to see the O-line moving people. You know what I mean? Yep. Not just getting your hands on them and turning them. Yeah. I need to see movement along the O-line.
Yep.
I need to see receivers getting separation. I need to see tackling. I need to see 6 people to the ball, 5 people to the ball, 7 people to the ball every time on defense. Every single time. I need to see pressure with the front 4. Pressure with the front. I don't want to see blitz. I don't want to blitz Miami of Ohio. There shouldn't be a reason. I want the game. I want to see the game. I want to be up 30-3 at halftime. Going into the fourth quarter, I want to see all freshmen playing, man. Freshmen, sophomore. I want to see everybody playing, man. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. That's what I need to see.
First of all, Joe said a lot in that, and I agree with all of it. And the only thing I'll add to it, man, because I would just be saying the same thing he said. I want to see if we give up a 15-yard pass or a 15-yard run, that doesn't then snowball into them feeling like they're in the game because we let them in the game, right? Like too many times, year after year, it's been like one play, then all of a sudden it's another play, then all of a sudden it's another play, then all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? Like it never stops at just that one play. Like every year there's been a Bethune-Cookman or a FAMU that gets a 25-yard pass. You know what I'm saying? And then they'll have a couple other 20, like, fam, like, this should not be happening, right? So it has to be those where, like, the team goes, nah, that's not happening again. That is domination from your D-line. That to me is the one thing I'm looking for. Like, all season is line of scrimmage domination. Right, like not everything might not be perfect, but those trenches, if you focused on it that hard on one side, and you obviously with June coming up, and we'll talk about next weekend with the big weekend of transfers, next weekend of transfers, it has to be controlled more because it can't be the same shit. That's my shit that I love to see. I like to see everything outside of that is built on a line of scrimmage.
For me, like it goes with exactly what Ben was just saying. For me, I want to see bounce back. I think what'll do it for me, what'll give me some ease. Okay, so everyone's gonna give up plays, right? Like I know everyone's gonna say that we don't want to get beat deep, but like it happens. Like it happens. After that first one, this is what will calm me down because after they get one on us, they're going to try it again because they're going to go, oh, shit, this is the same old Miami as last year. Yeah. It's how we respond to that first one. It's going to happen, bro. Somebody going to blow a coverage. Somebody going to miscommunicate. Hey, receivers just going to get the work done and have a nasty route. It's going to happen. I want to see how they respond to that first one, to the first touchdown they give up, to the first big run they give up. I think the way they respond to that and come out in that next drive, like if they come out still with energy and make a play right after that, that'll make me go, all right, we different. Like we different this year. We're good. Because like it's all well and dandy to say the defense will be better. We won't give up plays and we won't. And that's great. But eventually you will. Eventually somebody getting burnt. Eventually somebody getting – look, the dude on the other side of the ball is trying to get open just as much as you're trying to stop him. Sometimes you're just going to lose. It's what happens after that I want to see this year. I want to see them come out with the same fire after they gave up that 7 as they came out, you know, when they ran through the smoke. And if they can come out with that same fire and put that behind them, then that'll ease me a little bit. Now I at least have that feeling of, okay, we cooking this year. We're different.
What are your thoughts? What are the things that obviously super early thoughts, right, about the A&M game? What are the things that worry you going into that A&M game? Let's say after the Miami of Ohio.
It's too early to tell if I'd have worries without seeing how we played Miami of Ohio, because I don't envision us struggling against Miami of Ohio. So that would be something like, so if the Miami Ohio game was like 20-17, I'd probably have a clear answer for you. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd probably be like, okay.
Terrified.
You know what I'm saying? But without having that first game to go off of, look, man, A&M's gonna come in hungry just like we are this year, bro. We're not happy about being 5-7, and neither are they. Like, you feel me? Like, we feel like we shouldn't have been 5-7. I guarantee you them dudes feel like they shouldn't have been 5-7 either. So we're going to have to bring it just like Miami of Ohio is coming in thinking that they're going to curb stomp us.
They sure are.
Like, they all going to think that. And just like Middle Tennessee, they want to have a dub against somebody like us. Whether we coming off a 5-7 year or not, they want to have a dub against somebody like Miami. Yeah, you feel me? Like, they gonna brag on that. Like, so they're gonna give us their national championship.
They throw up their U like this. This how they throw up their youth.
Nah, I don't.
That's terrible.
That's what the crust looks like when you cut it off a sandwich. This is the sign for no crust on my sandwich. That's what that is.
Yeah,
that's not. Do they really do that?
Yes, that's their you.
Yeah, that's their you. Yeah.
Hey,
gross.
Hold on. Hey, yeah, give me just give me the floor for 1 second. I just want to make a public service announcement. Miami of Ohio, if this is hype, stop. Just don't. Just don't.
Gonna be fans at the stadium too, doing that shit.
Don't do it. Do something else, bro.
Doing that.
Figure something else out. Like that's. Figure something else out.
Yeah.
This
Utah does
got
it too.
No stability to it. It feel like it got no weight to it.
Yeah.
Utah
do something like
too.
this. Do something like this. This could be all you, man. Do this.
This is a box. First of all, this is a box. This ain't even. This is a box. This is a convertible box.
Oh,
this is a Kia Soul. You remember the Kia Soul with the little hamsters? That's what this is. It's the Kia Soul.
With the little hamsters, man.
They gotta do something else. Hey, see, if you do that and you get too swaggy with it, now you're throwing up a W.
Yeah.
Now you're Wisconsin or somebody probably do this. I don't know. They got to do something.
That's wild.
How about
I didn't know that.
Everybody don't need a hand signal. That's another thing. A&M, y'all got to stop it with the thumbs up. That doesn't mean anything. Everybody don't need a hand signal. I feel like people be thinking
thumbs up.
They do gig 'em. Yeah, gig 'em.
I was at the stadium. I don't recall seeing that last year. Man.
Yeah, gig 'em.
I just wasn't looking.
They go gig 'em. They do this a lot. You ever seen the presidents how they be talking with their thumbs?
I'm not going to. That was one of the greatest college atmospheres I ever been to. At that spot, at Texas.
Hey, no, Kyle Field is live. I've been to Kyle Field. Kyle Field is it's a crazy atmosphere. Like them, that's what I'm saying. Like them people are passionate. Like they lose, nice, but they be passionate.
And their fans was nice too.
I mean, you're not a Texas fan. If you're a Texas fan, it's a little different.
Fans were very nice. They're in the running for nicest fan base that I've been.
People in College Station in general are. I mean, but people in Texas are dope.
I'm not gonna lie. This got to be a conversation, right?
Yeah. That's the real quick. What are other good, nice fan bases?
Okay, Clemson was very nice. Chapel Hill.
I was gonna say Tennessee.
Okay.
I was gonna say Tennessee's nice. Like they're really nice on Twitter too. Like they're really nice. Like even like their beat writers. Like one of them like follows me now. He's really nice. I'm like, bro, we enemies. Like you be too nice.
I'll tell you who's not nice. Louisville are not nice fans. They are aggressive.
But see, I'm in Texas though, so like
they came at me because TJ Capers. I was like, yo, we gonna get Louisville fans.
Your fans want that smoke. Yeah, OU fans want that smoke. Like that,
really?
them boys are not happy people. Yeah, they're not very like. I don't know if it's just me on Twitter, but they're not very happy with me. People. Them boys are not happy with me for some reason. I don't know. I have indirectly upset like a couple of fan bases, and I don't know how because I never talk about other teams. Like I never talk about your team, and somehow I have upset a couple of fan bases.
Yeah. All right, Joe. So you got Clemson, Chapel Hill. What was your third?
NC State.
Y'all not gonna
State fans are nice too.
Okay.
NC State fans are nice. Yeah, Texas A&M, very nice, very nice.
Okay.
Notre Dame.
Right. I'm sorry. Catholics versus conference.
The opposite.
That's what we doing.
The opposite.
That's because
I did that just for my dad. I did that just for my dad.
He's your dad. Like, don't.
What's up, Pops?
Listen, respect.
Hey, he's not nice either. He's not very nice about this whole Miami Notre Dame thing.
No,
at all.
Yeah,
like, bro, he's not. He wants to go to the game. I think it's next year. We play there. I think I'm gonna take him because he ain't never been to a game there. But I told him I was like,
next year I'm
gonna have the shirt.
Oh yeah,
I want to have shirts that say I brought the convict, and I'm gonna say I brought the Catholic with the arrows at each other.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So
I told him I'm gonna talk shit, so he better sit in the Miami section because if he put me in the section with his people, they finna hear it.
The A&M game is. Do you think it's a springboard game? Like obviously, way too early all this shit, right? Like, because you know what I'm saying? Like, is it a game that if it goes bad too early in the season, we can still get over it, or do we need that dub?
I think it's a good test. They may not be a higher echelon SEC team, but at least we're playing a team that has that kind of athleticism on the roster that early. You know what I'm saying? Like they at least have that kind of speed, you know, that kind of size early. So it's at least a good test early. But you're not going to get the best version of the Hurricanes that early anyway. So you probably don't want to be playing Bama that early. So, but it's good that you're playing a team that at least has a roster with speed, with size. You know what I mean? It's good to compare yourself against. And again, we are both coming off 5 and 7 seasons. So it's two hungry teams. What about you, Joe?
Yeah, I think
what you think?
I think every game is a springboard and a test game coming off of 5 and 7 and looking the way we did. Nobody wants to see Miami succeed, man. Like they don't want to see that. You know, so when we lose, do you notice how happy people are when we lose? Like
across the board too.
It's like, you know, people are happy when Miami loses.
It's so weird.
I think every game is us, even when we win. Like you said, if we play Miami of Ohio and we win 21-16, that's not a good win. Yeah, it's a win, but it's not a good win. You know what I mean? So
facts.
I think the Texas A&M. What happened?
Yeah. No, I think that Miami of Ohio game is going to be a weird, strange game because they're going to come in here with a lot of energy because I think this is something they've told themselves. They're coming in here like being the other Miami. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's gonna be a weird. It might have like unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? Like bad play. Like it's gonna be a weird game.
But that's why you punch them in the mouth early and you stay on it. That's part of what I want to see. You punch them in the mouth early, and you don't let them get confident. You know what I mean? You don't let that happen. Yeah.
And it builds confidence with us because then it goes, okay, now we know how to respond, and then you could handle that early. Play the freshman in the fourth. Get ready. Start getting preparations ready for A&M. So that's big, man.
Definitely.
I'm trying to figure out a new symbol for them. I'm really trying to figure out a new symbol for them.
That's not that bad. That's not because
this is a better U. The base is strong.
This one is all right because their M is like that weird font.
Why don't they just go M? Just M. You can do M in several different ways. They decided to go with the flimsy limp noodle U.
That hand signal looks a little bit like they're not going to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's true.
I'm assuming Miami of Ohio isn't. You know. So let's just keep that there.
Thrown off the football team.
mean, that's all. I think we hammered down enough with A&M. You know what I'm saying? That's obviously a big game at the beginning of the season. Then 3 days later, we got Bethune-Cookman. We're not going to cover Bethune-Cookman, so we're just going to pass right over that. All right? So if next Sunday you were like, oh, y'all ain't going to break down Bethune-Cookman? No, we're not, fam. No, we're not. No, we're not. This is the only time they're going to be mentioned on the – this is the only time they're going to be mentioned on the podcast. We're not even going to do a recap after the game of Bethune-Cookman.
Actually, though, the one thing I will look out for is after the blowout. Right. You want to see the young guys get reps. You want to see the freshmen get in, how they look.
Yeah.
So, like, there's value to those games, but the value ain't us sitting here and breaking it down and talking about our chances. But, you know,
we're not breaking down.
But you may want to see
conversions.
No. But you may want to see if, you know, a Chiampong can get on the field. You may want to see, you know what I'm saying, if Ja'Cory can get in. You may want to see, like, little things like that. But don't be mad at us when we ain't out here talking about Bethune-Cookman's offense last year and how it's going to do against Lance Guidry's defensive scheme.
Not at all. Can I just throw a wrench in this conversation? I just thought about this. Should Ja'Cory just start that game and rest Tyler? Or you got to play Tyler because he's got to get used to the offense? No. Just a question, man. Don't.
No.
Offense, right?
No. Because then you open a can of worms, bro. You open a can of worms.
He'll be fine. He shouldn't get touched.
No.
You
don't want to disrupt rhythm. Remember we talked about rhythm earlier.
Yeah.
You don't want to disrupt rhythm. You at least want them to get them reps.
So like a half
prep, just like you playing the whole game, and then we'll pull you when it's time to pull you.
Yeah, he shouldn't get touched. He shouldn't get touched that game.
Yeah, he shouldn't be. We shouldn't be worried about Bethune-Cookman. He should play a half.
It should clean his jersey of the season.
Emory, like if anything, Emory, like we should be talking about how much playing time Emory is going to get in that game.
He'll get that fourth quarter.
Like that, like that'd be a game, maybe even more. Maybe even
you got to get Jakari more than that. You got to, you know what I'm saying?
Fourth quarter. Yeah.
Yeah, give Jakari third.
If Jakari come in and score on his first 2 drives, look really good. Yank that boy. Sit him down.
So we talked about you asked the question about Nike, Jordan, or
here's why.
Yeah. So y'all know real quick. Wait, hold up. They gotta give the lay the groundwork for the listeners. So these next, we're gonna talk about 3 topics. Each of us are gonna pick 3 topics that neither of us have discussed with each other previously. Is gonna be as always, like we're just gonna give y'all the real authentic thoughts right now. This is not any kind of. This is just questions that we all got. Let's go.
So, my question for the day, at Kane's Hooligan put out a tweet last night. I'm sure y'all saw it. It went kind of crazy. Had a little graphic on it. It was a Miami logo. Let's see if I can see this with the Jordan symbol. So here's my question for y'all. We've got some of the fans that are a little upset about our current deal. Some of us pining for a previous deal. If Miami were to leave Adidas, let's take the politics and money out of it. Let's just base question. If they were to leave Adidas, would you want to see them go back to Nike? Or let's say Jordan, because Under Armour, let's say Nike or Jordan. Or I'd say Nike or Jordan. The topic on Twitter was mostly Jordan, but people are going to want to hear Nike as well. But what do you think about if Miami was to leave Adidas? Jordan, Nike, what are you guys feeling about that?
I have a question before we get. What's the issue with Adidas? What are people so upset about? I like Adidas personally.
The money. It's the money.
I think the money for one. I think people's expectations when Adidas took over was because you remember Adidas made that statement with like we want Miami to be our Oregon. I think people have been a little underwhelmed with some of the quality of some of the designs and stuff from Adidas. And you know how it is. You see another brand and you get excited about it. I don't think Adidas has done bad. I don't think they've done
I think they've been average. Yeah. Okay.
I think they've been solid. Like I think the jerseys are cool. I think they're kind of plain. I think our special our alternate uniforms like don't have, they leave a little bit to be desired. But if you look up Jordan, the jerseys aren't really that impressive. Like the Jordan jerseys are mostly very plain. It's the cleats. Like let's keep it a buck. The cleats are going to be fire.
Yeah.
But we haven't held up out in the bargain.
What do y'all think?
On Adidas. Like we haven't held up the Miami brand hasn't held up their end of the bargain for Adidas. You know what I mean? So if they're not showing us that much attention or the attention we feel like we deserve, we got to look at what we're doing. The football team. You look at what they're doing. So CB frozen. CB frozen.
CB frozen. CB is frozen.
CB frozen in this house. CB frozen in this house.
I guess it's just us talking. CB's just gonna stay frozen there.
He'll be back. Man. So you as an Adidas fan, like you like it. I know a lot of people like Adidas just period as the shoes and the gear. You're an Adidas guy.
I'm an Adidas guy. Look, I was, I'm saying, for a long, I think CB's back. For a long time, I was an Air Forces guy, right? And I'm saying the Rock Forces, I still have them all in boxes in my closet right here. But as far as the shoes, as I'm saying, like I've liked them more and more, right? Like they've definitely stepped their game though as far as shoes. Yes, the jerseys leave a lot to be desired, but if we're keeping it honest, like what have they done different? It's always been green or orange, you know what I'm saying, or and white pants. Like what have you know what I'm saying? Like what has been the variation from any brand? Go back to like the Russell Athletic to Nike when we had them for a time. It hasn't been much of a you know what I'm saying, like much of a difference, right? Like am I misremembering shit? Because I don't remember like the alternates. The alternates might have been fire.
Here's the thing about alternates is like towards the end of Nike's run, the alternates were not that great. Right. Yo, like, y'all remember the green helmet?
Trash. Yeah, we don't even talk about. I don't talk about that.
You feel the Notre Dame looking units? Like, what were those?
Who had the smoke? Yeah. Who had the smoke joints though?
The gray ones was Nike.
The smoke joints were fire.
The only thing I don't like about those is I feel like the gray looks better in the render, but like the actual gray on the jersey is a little too dark. Like they needed to lighten that. Like I felt like that was a fire look.
Yeah, like, it was.
Who had the all whites with like the feather on the shoulder pads? Oh gosh.
That was Adidas.
That's Adidas.
Yeah,
those are fire. You don't like the wings?
I don't like
Hold up. It's one of the most fire.
I don't like them.
Y'all are crazy.
Hey, ACB, where this isn't, you know what I'm saying? This isn't
where are we flying to, man? Where are we going? Where are we flying to?
Oh, I get it. We're at Ibis and Sebastian. I get it. But no, it's not. No, also not at the end. No, I can't. I didn't like it. If we're being honest.
You didn't like those?
No.
Where are we flying to, man?
I didn't like the colors. I didn't like the numbers. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay with it all white. Yeah, no, fam. No. I didn't like it. No.
That's crazy.
Listen, the dopest thing Adidas did was Miami Nights. The dopest thing Adidas did was Miami Nights, the all black joints. That's the dopest thing they've done.
Yeah.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Yeah, I absolutely love those jerseys with the wings on the shoulders. Those are so fly to me, bro. Like those are so. You mean to tell me that don't hit for you?
Fly, literally. They're literally fly.
That don't do nothing for you.
No. Oh, Mark Walton in that jersey does not do nothing for me, man. That was Mark Walton, right? Crazy. I was just guessing on that because I just saw that number one.
Yeah, that was Young Walton.
No, does nothing. Yeah, no, I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I wasn't a fan.
All black joints.
That's it. That's it. But again, like,
my God.
But is it if we're basing our decisions as a fan base? If we're basing our decision as a fan base on the alternate uniforms, I need to know what you're bringing for the standard ones, right? Like what 100%. Are you doing different? Yeah. Like that's cool for the one game that we're trying to get hyped for, which this year might be the Clemson game at home. Yeah, stop showing me. I still don't like them, man. I remember what they look like. I was there when they.
Here's my agenda. Hey, shout out to Coach Coop. This is my new agenda. We need to be wearing these for a Halloween game, bro. Straight black with the white helmet, white socks, black sneakers, black cleats,
all black. Yeah.
Flames.
Yeah.
Flames.
See how it didn't have? You can see what it didn't have? Feathers.
Hey, put them feathers on there though. Put them feathers on there.
Hell no.
Hey, y'all hating on the feathers. I don't like.
No, you put the feathers on there, you just became less threatening. You just became less of a threat. You just started laughing with the feathers on there. So.
Yeah,
it's hard to laugh like when we busting your ass though. Yeah, it's hard to laugh when you losing.
We're laughing with
bro. Whose ass did we bust wearing those jerseys? Who?
Bro. Flames. Hey, y'all are. Hey, what about these? What about these? How do we feel about those?
Okay. Those were okay. Those were okay.
Again, but like what variety? I like the whites a little bit better than the orange.
So let me look up some Nike alternates.
But they look like the joints you can make on NCAA when you make the uniforms.
Yeah.
And, but I think that was one of the options.
I kind of feel like what Adidas did with our uniforms now is they went simple, but it works. Like I do feel like our uniforms now work.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to simple. I'm not opposed to simple.
Me neither.
As long as you get the colors right, as long as you get the colorway right, you come
like
up with
these
some
joints. I was not a fan.
Ugh. Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of those joints.
Duke Johnson did look good, but that's just because it was Duke Johnson.
Those can come back.
Yeah,
I don't mind those.
Yeah,
I like those.
I'm good with that one.
I don't.
Yeah, but again, like we're having the same discussion, right? It's like the alternate was a special game, which this year might be Clemson because it's at home. When they were when they were their alternates, but I want the standard ones to be fired too. Like they could be updated,
when they
whatever.
Wore them in the game, the gray to me didn't. It needed to be a little lighter.
It didn't hit the same. Yeah.
I'm curious to see when they drop the colors for this year, what they look like.
If we have a choice, would you prefer Nike, Adidas, Jordan, or Under Armour?
What's your choice?
I wouldn't mind going back to Nike. I really wouldn't. But I don't dislike Adidas, man. Like I don't. I think our jerseys are okay. I don't think they're special. I think I want to see like texture in our jerseys that Adidas has done like here and there. Like when you look at the black jerseys, they put like a texture in them.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. Yeah,
you feel like I thought that was really dope. Like these here,
they could do things to make them pop.
They put like a texture on them, and I thought that was cool.
Yeah,
but they didn't wear the Miami Nights from last year, though.
No.
They did not wear those. I didn't like those.
I mean, they didn't. What game would they have worn them for? They didn't have a single night game until like the end of the season.
Yeah,
and wear that shit in the middle of the day. All black, you crazy?
I didn't like that. Right. I don't really care for messing with the helmet too much.
I don't
touch the helmet.
Yeah. So I don't know if I want like I don't know if I want Nike, but I don't know. The Nike uniforms never did it for me for real. You know what I mean? Like
just to check, right? It was just to check that like people get hyped about. To me,
yeah. And if you go Jordan, that's really just for the recruits and the players for real.
It's for the cleats.
Yeah, it's for cleats. It's for they get because I know in Chapel Hill they get 2 pair of regular Jordans. Well, I don't know if I'm supposed. I don't know, but they get Jordans. They get Jordans. You know what I mean? So I don't.
Right. Of course.
I think Jordan schools they get Jordans like retros every semester. I think they get a pair.
Yeah, that's probably pretty fly.
So that's cool. And the school colors, that's dope. You know what I mean?
But at the end of the day, too, the Jordan logo kind of looks funny on jerseys. Like it kind of looks weird.
It does.
I don't know why. They gotta like maybe they need to make it more like blocky or something, or add something to it. I don't know.
Add like some kind of background to it, make it stand. You know what I'm saying? Like make it more like a stamp. Yeah, they need to do something.
It feel like
but again, like that's all. Yeah, it do look like that. It look like the you know what I'm saying the wrong stitching, Jordan. Yeah. But yeah, man. All right, so I'm good with staying with me personally. I'm good with staying with Adidas. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit updating to uniform and more money. But Joe brought up a good point at the beginning of this. What has Miami done to expect more money or to go into to warrant more money? Like what? You know what I'm saying? I mean, what is it?
That question really could only be answered by someone that knows the numbers too. I'm pretty sure Miami does pretty well with merch. I mean, Miami as a brand itself.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm saying like the money they're getting.
I would hope so. But you know, for them to make the statement, we want y'all to be our Oregon. I don't know if they've delivered on that. Like, I don't know if someone's looking at Adidas and says Miami Hurricanes. Whereas for a time, if you said Nike football, you thought like the first thing you thought of was Oregon. Or when you thought Oregon, you thought Nike. I don't think I don't think they've accomplished that with Miami yet.
Yeah, I felt like it had to be a two-way street though in the contract. You know what I mean? I felt like it had to be like by now we were supposed to win the ACC multiple times. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
be in a college playoff a couple of times, major bowl games. You know, I felt
that's
like
true.
That
you never know what factors into them going. Hey, maybe let's wait a little bit. Let's let them.
All right, let's keep it all the way up.
That's a good point, though, Joe. Like we just be thinking about like, oh, they don't release something new, but we're not thinking from an Adidas perspective. Going, let me wait.
Yeah,
it's really hard for Adidas for Miami to come to the table. Like, hey man, we need more money or we need better uniforms. And Adidas goes, yo, y'all playing on ACC network on ESPN Plus.
Word.
You know
if I'm an Adidas rep, I'm like, yo, Middle Tennessee State, man. You know what I mean? That's
get out of here. Hey, hey, Pittsburgh, end of the year. Hey, you know what I'm saying? So on and so forth. Like, this is business, fam. This isn't fans. These aren't fans. They talking money.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. At the end of the day, it's money for them. Like if they're gonna do a whole new campaign, they're gonna need to know who's seeing this, how many eyes is on this game.
Mm-hmm.
We get bigger games. We start getting put into, we start having college game day come on campus, stuff like that. You'll probably start seeing more stuff.
Real hard to talk that money when it's on Bally Sports Extra and you got to get a VPN to fucking figure it out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's real difficult. Man. So
that's fact.
All right, man. So what, CB? What'd you get? So you thinking stay with Adidas, Nike? What's your final vote?
Honestly, for me, I'd say stay with Adidas. Like, because I don't think I don't understand if Nike really is an option because the buzz seemed to be more so Jordan. Jordan don't excite me. Like maybe from again, cleats gonna be fire. Like cleats gonna be fire, but
and the shoes.
I like uniforms. I like, as y'all can see, like I like jerseys. Like I like jerseys. I like merch. I like uniforms. So I get it that it don't really matter. We win and like you need to win regardless. But like for me, I want to look good while I beat you. I'm a receiver at heart. Yeah. I want to look good while I'm up 30.
So wait, you're a receiver now, but I thought you were a corner. What happened?
We've already explained this that I played both ways my senior year because of the 4-2-5, and they needed people on defense that understood the route tree, so they flipped us to defense. We've talked about this. But not Adidas, man. I say Adidas because Jordan don't excite me from a jersey standpoint. I'm a jersey guy. Like I want to see cool, if not cool jerseys, I just want to see us have cool designs. And to me, Jordan, I sat there and Googled for a while. I haven't seen anything from Jordan that makes me go like, oh, like if they made Miami jersey. So I'm cool with Adidas. I would not hate going back to Nike just because the Nike swoosh is iconic, man.
Yeah. All right, watch out. Whose questions?
But hey, Adidas, released the black jersey from the hoops team last year. Like, y'all tripping? We've been asking for this all year. Black jersey
for real
from the basketball team. Drop it, please.
I'm cool. I'm cool either way, as long as it's not Under Armour. You know what I mean? I'm cool either way.
That I have a. Fact. We can go to Champion instead. We can go to Champion.
Nah, we can't go to Champion.
We go to Champion.
So we won't get one recruit if we go to Champion. We won't get one recruit.
We can't go to Champion.
Hey, you ever go to Academy and you get that off-brand of Under Armour? It's called like BCG. Mm-hmm. We can get like a BCG sponsorship. Nah. You know what I'm saying? We could be their Oregon. We could be their Oregon.
One recruit.
Get one recruit, and none of them from South Florida.
Yeah,
all right, what y'all
nobody's
got? Question. Was that both of y'all?
Skechers.
That was CB's question, right? That was CB's question?
Yeah.
My question.
Yeah.
All right, Joe, what you got?
I don't have a question. I don't know what we're talking. I don't have a question. We got misconstrued on this whole segment, and I thought we had questions already.
I was slightly confused too.
Is that what it was?
Okay. Yeah, I thought, but all right. So,
I try not to send too many long texts, so I gotta be better about context.
Who's gonna be the next commit in the 24 class?
Oh,
who do we think is gonna pop next? Like, if in June, well, no, let's say the next commit. It's the next commit period. Who's going to be the next commit period? Who do you think?
Who do we want?
No.
Or who's
going to be the next commit? Who's going to commit next? Who's up next?
Can we just blurt out the name without? Yeah, can we just blurt out a name without any like context?
Who you got? Why are you thinking who you got?
Justin Scott, I think is next.
Are we saying after the visit, after the official visit, or on the official visit?
This look again. See, there's people who aren't informed. I'm not saying any names. You know what I'm saying? There's people who know, and there's people who don't know. Me, Justin Scott, and I think he does it when he's in the building.
Okay.
First of all, we saw Justin Scott in person at spring game. Mm-hmm. Young man is solid, right? That's a big boy. It's a big boy. I was like, oh, it's a grown ass man, dog. It's a grown ass man. I don't even think he's 18 yet. So Justin Scott, and I think this is me selling tickets, and I think it might be a double commitment with another name in there because we didn't even talk about him last week.
Oh,
T.A. Cunningham.
Okay.
T.A. Cunningham. Yeah. Son, like I think they're talking. They tweeting. I think they're in the chat. CB looked like he just snorted a line of caffeine because you know what I'm saying, and he's just so ready to jump in here. So I'm gonna
trying to think of what I should say and what I should not say.
You know how we do on this podcast, CB. You know how we do on this podcast. We keep it a buck.
What's your thoughts, CB?
First of all, what'd you Bushy top in the building, man.
Nah, bro. Don't do it now. I've had just steal my gimmick. Yeah. Just the gimmick is gone.
All right, what you
got? I can't plead the fifth.
Next up.
Come on, man.
Next up.
Does it have to be one, or could I maybe?
Are they coming together?
No, but I think our next commit will probably be Zaquan Patterson, the safety from Chaminade Madonna.
Okay.
I think if there is a close second, there might be a different defensive back.
Is the different defensive back currently committed elsewhere? Or he was recently committed elsewhere. Did he recently decommit from where he was at?
So my answer is another Zaquan Patterson.
Is it another safety?
My answer is Zaquan Patterson.
Is it another safety? I'm just asking, is the other guy another safety? I'll just go there. Is the other guy another safety?
That's all he's saying. Is it another safety? That's it.
Is it another safety?
You have good internet. You heard it.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. I don't think he'll be next.
Okay. So you think you got Zaquan Patterson as next?
I got Zaquan as next because I think the other one would probably. I think if somebody's flipping, they probably want to flip with their homeboy. I'm just saying.
All right. Chill out.
I think it'll be Zaquan.
Okay.
I think it'll be Zaquan.
Okay. Hey.
Yeah.
That was a guess, by the way. All y'all in the chat.
Yeah.
I think Zaquan from Chaminade because I think he originally had said a few months ago like that it would be June for him. Mm-hmm. And he's so quiet, like he's been very quiet lately.
No doubt.
I think Zaquan, if there is a close second, Ricky Knight, because Ricky Knight seems like it could be any. Yeah, it could be any minute now for Ricky. But if I'm gonna go Zaquan, especially because I feel like it's important to get one of the safeties in the class because it's not that deep of a safety class. So if you want to get two, you got to start with getting one, and then maybe that entices the second one to commit.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, we're not gonna have you safety much.
You know what I'm saying? If baby ain't doing right where he at, we got a bed for him.
Yeah, we don't want you. We're not gonna have you say to him. We don't want you to lose your federale hood, son. So we're not
we want to make sure you stay locked in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're not gonna let you. We're not gonna let you lose. We're not gonna let you.
Zaquan.
Yeah, we're not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good.
Because I think he's been trending to us heavy too.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know why, but I feel like Aiden Breland is gonna pop soon.
Is close, right?
Like, I just have a he's another quiet guy. He doesn't say much. But I feel like he's been to Miami. He says the right things about Miami, man, and I feel like he just likes Miami. And he has enough California love over here. Because the one thing about California recruits, Florida, Miami reminds them of home. You know what I mean? So they're comfortable going to Miami because it's warm. They got the beach. It's the same kind of vibe. You know what I mean?
Who he cool with?
Yeah, I think
he cool with the 25 quarterback at Central.
Beckham Kritzer.
He's really
All right, so let's take it there. Let's take it to who do you want to pop next?
All right.
One guy you want to pop right now. One guy. Who do you want to pop right now?
It's got to be realistic, right? Because like the other night on Twitter, I was having a conversation with people, and I said, there's an unrealistic commit that I want, but it's not realistic. Like he's not coming.
Nah, we're doing. It's not. It's a conversations have been had, and interest is mutual.
Okay.
Pop next, you know what I'm saying? Not like we're not even on his list type shit. You know what I'm saying?
So who do we want to pop next? Ben, who you got first? Ben.
Hey man, look, I this is my guy. This recruiting cycle, man. I know it's gonna be a while, but this is my hopeful one, right? David Stone.
Oh.
That would be the name. That would be the name. I would love to see that Hayes Fawcett graphic. Because the post he made, and Joe, you commented on it. I think you retweeted it. The post he made about the importance of his commitment. The fact that the fact that he's weighing on it like that and thinking about it through that perspective, it just shows me leader, right? So that's the one guy that if he pops next would be like, yo, I don't care if I'm the lead dog in this shit. Like all of us are gonna eat, and that D-line recruit. He'd be the Jason Taylor in the group chat as far as recruiting. You know what I'm saying? He'd be wearing that gold jacket as far as to me, as just what the energy he puts out. So that's my guy, man. That's my hopeful one, obviously. Hopeful. CB.
For me, I was gonna go with an offensive guy, but I feel like offense is a little too, like receivers are a little too obvious. Like we all want JoJo and we all want like Braylon Staley. I'm like big fan. I'm gonna go probably my favorite defensive end of this class, and he's not a 5-star. He's a 4-star kid that probably should be a 5-star. Marquise Lightfoot, 6'6", 230. Arms as long as you could ever possibly want on a young man. Like when you see him standing, like his arms almost go down to his kneecaps. Like disruptive, fast, unblockable, hand in the dirt, 2-point stance, multiple moves. Stuffs the run, rushes the passer, controls offensive linemen. Not just gets off blocks. You watch him literally stack an offensive lineman and control them. Like. I love Marquise Lightfoot's film. I think he's the kind of defensive end that's he's just disruptive. I love his game. If I could pick one in the class, I'd love to get a 4-star defensive end, Marquise Lightfoot. That he's at the top of my list.
Okay, Joe.
Colin Simmons.
Oh,
my guy, man.
Yeah, this guy.
Hey, can we add since we all went defense? Can we go around one more time and say offense after he talks Simmons?
Okay. Yeah. Colin Simmons. Yeah. He's my man. I watch his film, man, and I watch it a lot. You know what I mean? He's
That's the best way to say it. Yeah.
He's just an athlete rushing the quarterback, man. He's so twitchy. He's so quick off the edge. He's 6'3", 225. You know what I mean?
Yes.
He's 6'3", 225. By the time he gets done. He'll be 230, 235. You know what I mean? Him standing up, coming off that. Oh gosh, man. Listen. Yeah. That's what dreams made of, son. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'll stay on offense. Jeremiah Smith, man. If I had he's the best receiver.
Took my answer.
He's the best receiver out. I watch receivers on my weak spot. He's the best receiver out, man.
All right, let's go in reverse order. So CB.
Yeah.
That's all. Someone people have heard me talk about a lot. He's someone I talk about on my Twitter quite a bit. Right now, it looks like we're in second place a little bit, but Caleb Odom, 4-star tight end / receiver. If we can't land him, KJ Duff, because I think they're kind of very similar.
That's my guy right there. That's
like KJ. You know what? Because KJ don't get enough love. Like, so I'm gonna go KJ because, I feel like for some reason he don't get enough love. Corey Duff is a monster.
That's my guy.
He is a receiver in a tight end's body, and he knows how to use it. Like
facts,
body positioning, literally kind of like a power forward rebounding on his slants. Elite hands, length, crispy route. When I say crispy route runner, he is legit. Like if we can snag another offensive guy in this class to add with Chance Robinson, Corey KJ Duff, man, KJ is a monster. Just went down to the Rivals camp and got MVP in the tight end and receiver category. Like, he is a beast, and he always repping for Miami. You always see him with the gloves on when he's out. Like, KJ is a good kid, and he's tough as nails. Like, I feel like for some reason, because there's a lot of those tight end hybrids that he don't get talked about enough. And that, like, hey, KJ, go to work, man. If you're not familiar with him, check out his huddle. As a matter of fact, it was Joe tweeting about him one day that made me like, who is he? And then I checked his film. I was like, KJ is the truth.
Yeah, I think he can play receiver, man. Right. I think he can play receiver.
That's your guy, Joe. Joe's been on that. I'm saying been on that one early.
That's how I found it. I didn't know of him until Joe had retweeted him one day, and I was like, oh, it's somebody we offered. So I bookmarked him. Let me watch him. I started watching. I was like, yo.
Yeah, nasty. Quick, look, Joe took my answer. I had to scramble. Jared Gibson.
Oh,
running back IMG.
Yo, we need to have a. Go ahead. We'll talk offline about it.
Yeah. Oh, a little conversation after.
No, we always do the post show. Look,
we always do.
I had to scramble. You took my answer. All right. Then CB came with the. You know what I'm saying, the Duff and Odom took two answers somehow from one.
My
That's
bad.
all right. I had to scramble. I was like, look, you know what? I was like a running back.
Be honest, I was about to say somebody else, but it's not realistic. But it's a quarterback that I really want, but he already committed. So.
Yeah,
I want Colin Hurley.
I'm watching him tonight. That's the LSU dude, right? With the fro.
Pause.
Pause. He got. I got 4. He's number 2 for tonight. I need to check him out. I saw him throw a sidearm thing.
That's all the cigarettes. That's all the cigarettes. That's when it comes in. Yeah, man. Jared, look, y'all watch the tape. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I always want to run it back in every class. I know we already got Hellcat. Cool. Let's get another one. We did 2 last year. Let's do 2 again. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to break it down like CB does. That's not my forte. Just watch. So, watch the huddle. Watch the huddle. That's it. We talked about that, CB. You know what I'm saying? Watch the huddle.
Watching huddle.
Watch
the huddle.
I'm watching huddle.
Sometimes that's all you got to say. Like, hey, is he any good? Watch the huddle. Like, just watch the huddle.
Watch the huddle, man.
Jared. Absolute animal. And I know Rasta. Shout out to Rasta. That's one of Rasta's favorites in this class. Big.
All right, last question. Gonna keep it real simple. Keeping it. We're going into June in a couple of days here. Next weekend, the big weekend start. Obviously, the biggest weekend is the 23rd to the 25th. David Stone will probably be here 3 weekends and we don't even know it.
Hey,
how many What are your what number of commits can you do you want? I'll put it like this: by the end of June, right? Obviously, not knowing it doesn't. December still what matters. Their name to the paper, all that. We got the context of it, Joe. I know that's how you.
Exactly what I was about
you do
to
it.
say,
But I'm saying, I know, fam. That's why we take this as a hypothetical. Like, what numbers, as far as numbers, and what names would you realistically want to see? And we'll do the same shit. We'll do the reverse order of like, what are your hopeful ones? So 2 names. All right, we'll go 2 names. I know we've done the whole D-line shit, but we're going 2 names out of all the commits coming in the next 4 weeks. Joe, we'll start with you. Let's start with Joe. I like to put him on the spot.
You say 2 names speech from?
Well, I don't. I like to.
You say
from just June 9th,
all the visits.
Yeah, all of like let's say we hit July, and who are the commits you'd like to see from those June visits? Like right, they so drop.
Okay, from specifically from the ones visiting in June.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, because we can't.
JoJo's
future dates when we'll talk about.
Let me see.
JoJo have a date?
I don't think JoJo has a June because he may be coming with another OV.
Yeah, that is that guy. CB doesn't want to say it because he wants to like remain anonymous. Don't worry,
No, because it's gonna be chaos that night on Twitter. That's why, because they're gonna act like heathens when they find out. So JoJo's so quiet though, right? Like I don't know if JoJo's gonna be taking a bunch of OVs because he's so quiet. Like he told Blue that like he's probably gonna wait till signing day. Like he's probably not announcing early.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I would like to just see a major D-line announcement. You know what I mean? Where like 3 or 4 do it at the same time. Like, we about to be the best D-line ever at Miami.
Yep.
We all coming at the same time. So we discussed this last week, whether it's a combination of Justin Scott,
Aiden
Breland, David Stone, and
Jaden Jackson,
Artavius Jones.
Yeah, all of them cats. You know what I mean? Whoever, Colin Simmons, which I doubt that it's going to be that. Dylan Stewart.
Oh,
you know what I mean? So whether it's a combination of those, I want them to just all make it out. That'd be dope to me. Like if they just all do it together, whatever, whoever. You know what I mean? Just 2 or 3 at the same time. They just make a mass announcement. That'd be dope to me.
Like a group graphic be fire, yo.
Like a
group graphic be fire.
Like a boy band situation, like a NSYNC.
Nah, chill.
All at once.
No.
Okay, what are we doing?
More like an NWA.
Hey, that would be fire.
More like
they do a Miami Hurricanes Backstreet's Back version.
With Jason Taylor in the middle like this.
No.
That'd be fire too.
Yeah.
That'd be fire too.
I'd be okay with
I'd be okay with like a
Boys to Men shit where they're all wearing like baggy suits. They're all wearing baggy suits and Jason Taylor's in the middle like Wanye. If we're gonna do that, that's what. Why would you go to NSYNC?
I don't want anything sweet. Son.
I'm just saying,
sweet.
Don't rule it out. I'm just saying, don't rule it out.
Oh, no. Nothing soft.
I'm just saying.
Not going soft.
I'm just saying. Millennium. You know what I'm saying? I mean, grooving on them boys. Along with Joe, if I could pick
before game.
I hope they're not lit. Okay, I hope they're not listening to NSYNC before games. If so,
I hope not. You brought it up.
Ballin' boys. Put on Ballin' Boys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you'll be good. Out of the June 9th for me, because I know a lot of the 4 and 5 stars are not going to commit early. They're going to wait.
No, they're going to be later. Yeah.
But if we could go into July saying that from the ones that showed up in June, if I could pick a couple, Braylon Staley, 4-star receiver out of Aiken High School, dog, just absolute dog. and T.A. Cunningham. Like, I think that opens the door for so much. I think we all know that opens the door for so much, though. But like, I do feel like you need to get need to get a blue chipper up front. Like I'd say T.A. Cunningham, Justin Scott. You need a name, but I also feel like you need another name on offense too. I do think you do. You know, we got Chance. People be forgetting we got Chance Robinson, who should be a 5-star receiver, by the way. There is nothing separating him from being a 5-star receiver. Again, watch the huddle. Like, that boy bad. Yeah. People forget we have him, but
nasty. Yeah.
You get him and Staley. Then maybe when you start picking up the phone about like, hey, you want to flip because that dude just committed there, and that's too many ducks in that quarterback room. You feel like you maybe want to come over here. There's a lot of ducks over there. They got 2 ducks. Yeah. Maybe we want one of your ducks as one of our ducks, or maybe not even him. You know what I'm saying? But maybe. What kind of knowledge? But you liked it. But
you can't use the name of the school.
Maybe even when you're picking up the phone to call. Hey man, it works. Hey, maybe when you're picking up the phone to call. Everyone wants us to keep calling Aaron Nolan, right? It's better to call Aaron Nolan and say, I got Staley, I got Chance, I got KJ Duck. It's better if you're calling Marcos Davila, asking him to flip, if you're saying, I got Odom, I got Chance, I got Staley, JoJo coming. It's harder when you call and say, I might have. But you can call one of these quarterbacks. You can call another tight end. You can call Kylan Fox and say, hey, you may want to reconsider because we got Chance, we got Staley, we just got Stone. You start getting some of these bigger names, and it's easier to reel in some of the other guys. They're all friends, too. We just signed Dalen Russell. His best friend, TJ Capers, is a whole problem out here, and it's somebody they're trying to flip. Yep. You don't think it's going to be a little bit easier to get him on the phone now?
He did put out a tweet today. He did put out a little bit of of cryptic.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's
all right.
I think we hit it all together. It's paid by numbers, bro. You know, so pick up the phone, call him.
Yeah, I think we all hit it together. We obviously all agree we need a name after this thing, you know what I'm saying? Whoever that might be. And that name might not be the name you're thinking, and it pops, right? There's flips that we want. There's all these names, but yeah, a T.A. Cunningham. I think the reason, and I was trying to say, is like, I think the reason we don't talk about the T.A. Cunningham as much as like, because we almost feel, and we're not entitled to shit, right? As a fan base and as a program, but him moving from where he moved from to Central is like, oh, okay. I mean, you don't do that for nothing.
Yeah.
So shout out
really, it feels like that. Hey, shout out to Central too. They just had their spring game. Shout out to JC Evans.
Shout out to our guy JC Evans. Shout out to JC Evans, man, showing out, man.
Yeah, like an 80-yard touchdown run, bro. They shout out to bro. Yeah. Everyone's looking good. LaWayne McCoy was showing Miami love out there too. So shout out to LaWayne.
Yeah, it's going good stuff, man. Good stuff. But yeah, obviously need a name. Yeah, man. This June is gonna be crazy. We're gonna talk about it next week.
It's gonna be crazy. I mean, we didn't even talk. Like, there's so many guys coming. LJ McCoy or McCray, who hadn't been back. Like, he's been on a visit like a while, but you know he hasn't been back since we had Guidry and on staff. Yeah. So it'd be cool to have him in the building. You know,
it's gonna be some movement, man.
It's crazy. Ellis Robinson. You know what I'm saying? It's coming through.
No, don't get Joe started. Don't get Joe
started.
Boy. I'm not getting gas, man. You're not hitting me with the gas face. I'm not getting it. No.
No, that's you holding back the gas face. That's what that was. That's what that was.
I'm just saying.
I'm not getting gas.
There's two people that if we flip, I'm gonna act a fool. I said it last night on Twitter.
Who's the second one?
If there's two people, if we flip, I'm gonna act a fool. There's really three, but the third one ain't happening.
Who's the second one?
Who's the first one?
You're not. I mean, obviously, you just Ellis.
Oh,
isn't that
I didn't know Ellis was one of them.
Isn't it?
Yeah, Ellis Hayward.
Yeah,
I say it. Jalen Hayward, come holler at us.
Yeah, bro. Man. Come see what we building out here, man.
Great young man too. Great young man too. Shows a lot of love.
Let's get into this Kingswear ad, man. CB, do you think take the
selfie time.
Phone out? We should. Selfie time, man. Let's go.
Welcome to Kingswear. Family owned and operated since 2010, Kingswear has all latest merchandise for the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Inter Miami Soccer, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of I-595, or online at Caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Here's why I don't get excited.
Hey, man, Kings.
Joe came out the
I don't get excited.
Wait. All right. Okay. All right, go ahead.
Here's why I don't get excited about the commits early.
He was thinking about it the whole time. He didn't even hear the ad.
Because the season can mess up everything. You know what I mean? A season can mess up everything, dog.
That's true.
What you're selling,
that's 100. That's a buck.
Recruit, like people keep saying, you see what Coach Cristobal got after 5 and 7. He got that luxury, keeping it a buck, because this is first year. He had to flip the roster. People understand it takes time.
Yeah, he was given benefit of the doubt, essentially.
Definitely. And we know he's a good recruiter. Like, we know that. He's established relationships. We know he's one of the best recruiters in the country. But if you look like you looked again,
yeah.
Yeah.
Like if the offense don't look good, like you're probably not holding on to. Like we won't say names, but you know what I'm saying. Like you're not holding on to 5-star receivers, 4-star receivers.
It's
you know what I'm saying? Now there are you will get some kids that'll say like, but that's not me, or I can make the change. But the bulk of you know what I mean. You're gonna lose for every 1 4-star that says like I'm a change it when I get there. There's gonna be one that says, man, I ain't trying to be the hero though. Like goddamn, like I can only cover one person. Like goddamn. So Joe got a point. Like,
not everybody's trying to be the foundation.
We can sign up David
not everybody's
Stone,
trying to be the foundation.
T.A. Cunningham, and Justin Scott tomorrow, and they could all flip. Like we flipped Fletcher last year. You know what I'm saying? Like recruiting is still very fluid. Like Ellis Robinson is at the crib right now. He is committed. Like you know what I'm saying? So Joe got a point that you still have to produce on the field. The offense still has to produce. The defense still has to
without
produce.
A doubt.
You still got to practice what you preach at the end of the day. He was on fire.
He still had to give the bro. Hey, we know
the ad stopped. It said the ad ends with Caneswear.com. It said Caneswear.com. He said, "Okay, now let me." He was ready.
Let me tell you what. I'm not gassed up. Wait a second. That don't even. People are gonna hear this, and Joe's just gonna be like, "No, hold up. I was thinking about this shit the whole time. It was a 30-second ad.
Let me tell you why.
Hear what I gotta say."
No, but though, like sometimes with recruiting, we don't think about that. Like Joe got a point. Like we don't think about that. We just think, oh, so and so is crystal ball to us, and like, yeah, that's true. But so and so also wants to see the defense improve too. Chance wants to still see the offense look good. You know what I'm saying? This is still their careers, their lives. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a big step for them. At the end of the day, they love Miami, but at the end of the day, Miami still is. It's a tool for them to get to where they need to get at the next level. So if they feel like that don't jive. Hell, if a coach gets a better job somewhere, they may feel like I came because of him, so I'm following. You know what I'm saying? You never know.
A lot of moving pieces. No, yeah, that's why we set it up as just as a commitment, not their signing. Because to me personally, I would love to see like when
Joe
they commit.
Ready for that.
Joe couldn't hold it in. He had to say that. Like every time we talk, because he's the one that keeps me grounded, right? Like if we keep it in the buck, because I'm ready to be gassed up. Just like, hey man, look, it's fucking May. Like, don't stress about it. There's a lot to go. The whole season has to happen. If we look like trash, don't matter who's on that list. Because you can't always.
But you gotta have that perspective. Like you do have to have that perspective too. Facts. That like for like to be like, oh, it'd be cool if we land Justin Scott, but we gotta keep him. Like you gotta. You know what I'm saying?
We forgot about Kamarion Franklin, man.
Oh, Big Cam, 5-star defensive lineman. Beast.
Oh gosh, it's so many names. I'm just saying,
shout
we need
out,
a name.
Shout out to Big Cam. Beast.
Like Francis last year was a name, right? That got the ball rolling with shit, right? We need a name around that time frame. You know what I'm saying? Leading the energy into the season. But yeah, man. Back to this ad though. Shout out to Caneswear. Joe had
shout out to Caneswear, bro. Like, we love y'all. Caneswear selfie every time.
Every time, man. They show love.
Hey, all your Caneswear merch. That's where I got this from. My Sebastian. You know what I'm saying? Get your jerseys.
Joe
There's always a sell. There's always something new. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Caneswear.
I'm not ever putting this hat on, Jeff. Sorry, Brett. Right here, it'll be on the shelf forever. You know what I'm saying?
1,000 subscriber show. 1,000 subscriber show. Ben puts the Caneswear hat on.
Son, it'll look like this. It's just
locked it in. It's on the internet now. It's on the internet now.
Out here, like, you know what I'm saying?
Get the subscribers up. 1,000 subscriber show, and Ben has to put that hat.
Oh, that's gonna be tough, especially with the hair. Oh, it's a problem. It's just gonna fucking hover. Hey man, Joe put out a hard word for our listeners, man. You know what I'm saying? He dropped them with charcuterie. So in the YouTube
what was that, bro? What nonsense was that? I was like, what is he doing?
You got to do the work, man. You got to do the work, man. You got to.
It's because it was besmirched. It's because besmirched.
Yeah, besmirched.
You know
what? Threw it all
also, hold up.
That's what it was.
Hold up. Y'all.
Here we go.
It's my Spidey helmet, and I did not enjoy that. I should have put the lights on.
It was very non-threatening.
I should have put the lights on.
That was the worst outfit. That was the worst costume with the music that you could have picked.
Yeah. Well, I put the music to try to look.
Man, messed it up with the music, man. The music made it seem like it was supposed to be
added
scary.
The music after.
See?
Yeah. It didn't make it better because all he did was sit there and rock. So that's why I was like, I got to do something like this.
You should have added a Britney Spears song, son.
Well, then we get taken down for copyright claim. But I thought about it. I had some like Benny Hill music. I had some like, here we go. Look, son, you're not going to be able to take that off the rest of the show.
I can't. If I put it on, I don't think I take it off.
So he put it on. And then he had to like get up for like 15 minutes trying to take it off.
It took me forever.
I had to edit all that shit up. Hey man, charcuterie, man. Shout out to our guy Angel Kane, man. You know what I'm saying? He spelled it in the group chat. 904 Hurricane, you won last time,
Angel
man.
Kane, you are a thug for doing that.
Well, listen, if we're keeping it a buck, spell check. You know what I mean? Like he tapped it on his phone. It spelled it out for you.
CHARI.
Yeah, he spelled it right. Shout out to Angel Kane, man. Always show love, man. He's one of the OGs of the podcast, man. All right, CB, before we get up out of here, what's your drop the keyword, man? You know what? Make it challenging. Make it a good one. Yo.
Okay. All right. The keyword for today is
non-threatening Spidey mask. No, it's too long.
Terrible.
That's a phrase.
Yeah.
That's a phrase.
The keyword for today is Spider-Verse. Like the movie.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna keep making it Spider-Man. Joe is not okay with this.
We're never gonna win anything with Spider-Man. We're always gonna be 5-7 when you keep throwing Spider-Man.
What? So you blame Spider-Man
this
for
is
5-7? That's wild.
If we have a bad season, it was your fault. It was your fault.
Spider-Man.
I said make it a good one. You said Spider-Verse?
Okay. Word of the day is
we can do Spider-Verse, son.
No, word of the day is water. Since they don't think I drink water, I drink a bottle of water on this show. Word of the day is water. Okay, water in the chat, water on Apple Podcasts. Leave us a review. If you listen on Spotify, drop us a comment, give us a 5-star review. We know a lot of y'all listen on audio platforms, so you can't see this right now, but this is me sloshing a bottle of water because my you heard brethren don't think I drink water. So for the chat, I'm going to drink water right now.
Sip it. That's the same bottle. So for y'all that don't know, he did Locked On earlier today. That's the same bottle of water.
It's the same bottle.
Trying to tell us he drinks water all the time. It's a 20
It's
ounce
empty
bottle
now,
of water.
though.
It's not.
It's empty.
It's not even like a gallon jug. No, it's a fucking Zephyr Hills. What is that? A Nestle? What is it? What we got?
This is Ozark. Get me right, bro.
Oh,
I got. Hey, hold on. I just realized I have knockoff water. It's not called Ozark. It's called Ozarka.
Yeah, that's why we know you don't drink water for real.
That's why you don't even know what kind of water you drink.
Shout out to Steph in the chat who bought me the knockoff water. You got me roasted live.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Me thinking this is quality
one day we're gonna have the conversation. One day we're gonna have the conversation in this chat, in this pod, man, about which is the worst water. Because there's water, not all water tastes the same. But that's a different conversation for another day, man. Well, Joe, hey, me and Joe drink water. CB, do better. All right, man.
Why are we doing this? I drink Essentia, as a matter of fact.
What? You putting his hat back on? All right, man. We out here, man. CB's losing his mind out here, man. Hey, man, it's that You Heard podcast, man. We out here. Peace.
Shout out to